I'm representing WaveInnova. We are a technology company based in California, Bay Area. And myself and my colleague both are I'm from Motorola. My colleague is from Apple. Once I start looking at outside in, I noticed that still today, it's very small percentage of the transport material that's used. Crates, pallets, boxes are reusables. I think what I see that I think 10% is used as reusable, but other than that is all wood and single use and all the other things. And I said, okay, what to do? How can we change that? And I think that's what the presentation is about. So if I look at reusable packaging, crates, pallets, boxes, they have all the good things. They are durable. They last, 5, 6x longer than any of the single use, or even longer. They can carry heavier load, and they are hygienic. You can wash them. They are better suited for pharma, fresh food, different applications. If I look at automation aspect, which is very, very critical in all the warehouses today, precise dimensions actually helps in robotics. And compliance side of thing, environmental side of thing, it's better. Then I look at other aspect of it. Is the time right now? Okay. You have FDA asking for traceability of the risk food. You have pharma compliances requiring traceability. You have sustainability requirements and targets from the retailers and other manufacturers. And technology is there. If you look at the low power wide area networks in the cellular side, they are there. They are very certainly much lower power than your phone. So why still, time is right. So what is limiting? I think the answer lies in, I try to put it from the perspective that I sort of heard after learning from the folks, is one is the cost, high upfront costs, right? Because the investment in upfront is high, and one issue becomes is if the loss of the reusable remains the similar toward the single use or the words and other packages, then return on investment is gone, right? So loss and high upfront cost is one aspect of it. And then second is, as soon as you have to do a reusability, it always comes to, oh, I have to manage that operation. I have to return it back, get it stacked, somebody picked it up, all that thing is there, right? And so those are two aspects, like loss is one aspect of it, which kills the ROI aspect. And then another is operational hassle. Let's see if we add the real-time monitoring in these reusable packaging, can it change the value equation, right? Can it change the value so much higher that it actually becomes more of a, people want to use it rather than you pushing it and saying use it, okay? And so first part in that comes is, let's solve the problem of loss. If you eliminate the loss of the assets, that changes the whole game, because now it certainly becomes much more, ROI becomes significantly higher. Second aspect is, as we saw, traceability and compliances are now required by regulators, by retailers, by different folks. So if it's already there, and as soon as you use the reusable packaging, it's already built in there, then it changes the game. Value becomes so high that now you're not talking of putting the sensors, removing it, putting it back, all that friction of the things goes away. The third part, which is the thing, is the data. If you look at it, all the fresh food, perishable, dairy, it's all temperature monitored. And the quality of the goods actually determined by the temperature monitoring. So if I already have built-in sensors in these reusable crates, pallets, boxes, then it's done. Basically, you have it to the level of granularity of the pallets, which today you don't. If you have a berries on one corner of the truck and you are monitoring the temperature on the other corner of the truck, basically, you may have a different quality of the berries versus if you are doing it at the pallet level. And that is the part which is critical. So how can you do something and change the value of the reusable to the extent that all the investment and cost becomes insignificant, okay? And I think that's what the important part is. So the question comes is, if that's not a novel idea, right? That something should be done, why it's not done. So I think the answer lies in a few things, right? One is you use the RFIDs and Bluetooth, right? Those are low power, I can run it for a long time, fine, but you need scanners still, you need gateways still, and that becomes a problem. How many places you will install it? Because you have a global footprint, how many places you will install it? Second part comes is, and let's put the cellular and GPS. This is awesome, great, yeah? But the issue comes is, battery doesn't last more than a few months. So that means if I have 1 million pallets, I'm talking of years of just battery changing, that becomes a problem, okay? Now, the third part is the usage. In the environments it's used, it's so rough usage. You are sitting in the corner in the remotest part, in the Costco, in the dairy section, where a cell phone doesn't work. So how will I still get the data when it's there? Okay. And the fourth, and another part of it is, whoever has the infrastructure for these Bluetooth, for the RFIDs, actually holds the data. Now, if the manufacturer wants to know whether my curd is bad or not, yes, Walmart may have the data because they put it outside in the sun for 6 hours or whatever, 12 hours, but manufacturer doesn't have that information. So what to do, right? AI is a great word, but let's use that AI not in doing on the server farms or something. Let's put that AI on the device itself. And let me just show you. This looks like a very dumb device. This is what it is. It goes inside your pallets and crates, and it runs for 7 to 10 years, providing you GPS information, provide you sensor information without ever replacing it. And this is not, we already are deployed in scale. We already have around 100,000 of these in the field now. But the key part is how to implement the intelligence on the edge itself so that it keeps learning how it's used, what's the pattern looks like, how it's, in which environments it's going in, and try to make a decision. You give the boundary conditions to it, and it figures out what to do basically in those different scenarios. And that is the important part in making it possible. So key part is remove the battery changes for life. You put in the assets once, forever the life of the asset, it works, okay? And you keep getting the data because we are from our platform, you can pull the data also from there to do what you want to do with that. We do provide the analytics, and we work with the customers to do that too. Second is deployed at scale, as I mentioned. Third is we don't believe in infrastructure. So even if there's an infrastructure, it's already deployed. Your cellular companies have already done the infrastructure for you, so why do we have to do that? And then last part of it, which is most important for everybody in this area, is the lowest total cost of ownership. So we know that your assets works for years, okay? And so just saying, here's the thing, and you figure out yourself, we actually give you the whole solution. We have the sensors, we do the platform, we work with you on whichever way works for you. But the overall what we saw is, in the industry as of now, when we have worked with different customers, they have said, yes, we didn't expect that this can be the total cost, okay? And that's where we are. So if I look at high level, just this is what I'm showing here as well. We have a high volume running product that's going in these crates, pallets, and containers. We have another one that we are doing now with this like a card sort of form factor, which is shorter use. You can reuse it as well. You can recharge it if required, which is a pain. And the platform that has it's basically one of the things that we are on the platform that you will see is it's no code, so you don't have to code anything, but you can still ask the questions and you can actually create your own analytics from it, okay? So that's another part of it which is interesting. And then as I showed, it's small size, weight it's lighter than your iPhone actually, okay? And it lasts forever. You put it in the pool for 10 days, take it out, it will still work. It's waterproof, there's nothing in there, okay? And then last, which is very interesting, is it's remote configurable. From any place in the world, you can actually configure it to as per your requirement. You want to say, no, I want it, and there are different profiles we provide. You basically use those ones, and you can actually get an idea, okay, how long will it last if I use this profile, and what happens. But the thing is, even if you use the most aggressive ones in there, you will still see it last much, much, much longer than anything that you have seen, right? So that, so who we are, so we are from tech companies. My background is Motorola. My colleague is from Apple. And we have industry advisors from healthcare, food, even satellite as well, construction, so different applications. And I think my answer to you is, it's hard to believe that this is possible, but with the AI, it's actually possible. So we can actually change the supply chain by having the smarts and the reusable packaging, and changing the packaging from saying it's high cost to it's very high value. That's what the goal that we are working on. Okay.